Oh, yeah, now? Says it's streaming live on YouTube. We're on now?
Yeah, we're good now.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Tribal Council meeting. Today is October. That's terrible. October 19th. We are here with Jeff Holt and Miranda Lilias, our acting executive director. We have Vern Adams in the room. So with that, I will call the meeting to order at 9:05 a.m. And as always, we start our meetings out in a good way. We have offered tobacco or a sema to Vern, and he's going to do our invocation. Make which Vern? Okay. Now we're with roll call, please.
Kathy Chavers,
Here.
Travis Morrison,
Here.
Shane Drift,
Nungum.
Tara Gieshik,
Here.
and Robert Moyer.
Robert.
Robert,
Sorry, here.
Okay. We have a quorum, so we'll move on to approval of the agenda. Are there any? Good morning, Kim. Kim Greiner, our CFO, has joined us also. Any additions or corrections or deletions to the agenda? Okay, I will call for a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll move.
Moved by Tara. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Travis. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, silent, motion carried. Next, we have approval of meeting minutes, September 21, 22.
I've gone over them, so I'll move to approve.
Thank you, Tara. Is there a second to approve the minutes?
Actually, before the second, I think that we need to follow up or follow through with the conversation that we had with Fred McDougal regarding the history, the scrolls, and also the band logo.
Yep.
And I will second that.
Okay. Seconded by Shane. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, silent, motion carried. Nikki or Regina, can you set up a meeting on that, please? With Jalen also? Okay. Okay, next we have the October 5, 2022. Right now they're not completed, so can we have a motion to table the October meeting minutes?
I'll move.
Moved by Tara. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Travis. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, silent, motion carried. Next, we have the consent agenda. First thing was approved letter of support for Minnesota Tribal Middle Mile Alliance 400. Next is approved resolution number 41-2023, approving DSGE MSA and service order for the Indian Community Development Block Grant for 400. Last is approved sole source to custom theaters for conference system of $39,614 400. Are there any questions on the consent agenda? If not, I'll call for a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Move.
Moved by Robert. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Tara. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, silent, motion carried. Okay, next we have Christine Lundamo with the 2022 CACFP renewal contract for vended meals. There she is. Oh, I see we have Vonda Carr on the line.
Yeah, I don't
Oh.
see Christine on here. I didn't know if Vonda knew if where she was or if she was attending.
I sent her a text this morning, probably about 8:45, to let her know that the meeting was virtual. She was in my office yesterday afternoon and she knew she was on the agenda, so I'm not sure. I will try to call her and see where she is.
Christine Lundamo, she was just out the lobby, wasn't she?
Maybe we can circle back to her if she
Okay.
can.
Okay, we can do that. We'll circle back to her. We'll do Doris Isham next then. Once we get Christine, we'll go back to that. For the Indian Health grant submission, 23-24 grant submission. Doris actually has two items. We'll do this one first. Good morning,
Morning.
Doris.
I have two resolutions. I'm not sure which order you have on
We have
your,
the Indian Health grant first, Doris.
okay. The Indian Health Grant is written to the Minnesota Department of Health, and it's to provide health services to off-reservation band our Indian people. And so Lynette Taitanen would like to request wanted a grant to be written to help pay for the coordinator position to man the Virginia Urban Center that is being proposed. And so this grant will fund full-time position that will be responsible to man the organization and also to schedule mental health clinics and coordinate other mental health appointments with Range Mental Health schools such as, well, Virginia, Evelyn, Gilbert, Mountain Iron, working with those students that are having problems in those schools. And so I think it's a worthy position, project. And so I'll just read the part of the resolution for the sake of the people that are watching.
Okay.
Whereas the Minnesota Department of Health is currently accepting applications for the FY 23 and 24 Indian Health Grant, which provides assistance to nonprofit organizations, governmental or tribal entities to furnish clinical health services for American Indian people who do not live within the jurisdiction of the tribal nation. And whereas the RTC desires to submit an application for the FY 23-24 Indian Health Grant to obtain funding to create a Boys Fort Iron Range office and clinic in Virginia, Minnesota, that will provide band members living off the reservation with access to critical band programs and services, including clinical health services. And whereas funding from the grant, if received, will be used to pay 1/2 of the salary of a full-time Iron Range office and clinic coordinator, with the other half being paid from the band or some other resource to staff the site, schedule clinical appointments, provide information services to the public, and collaborate with organizations and be a resource between community members and the reservation community. And whereas the RTC finds that the band's submission of the FY 23-24 Indian Health Grant application is in the best interest of its band members, of the band and its members. Now therefore be it resolved that the RTC hereby approves the band's submission of a grant application for the 23-24 Indian Health Grant administered by MDH, and further approves the Iron Range office and clinical project for which funding is sought. Now therefore be it resolved that the RTC authorizes the RTC chairwoman, Kathy Chavers, to execute the grant application for the 23-24 Indian Health Grant on behalf of the band. So basically that's what the grant will allow. And the grant will be written for, I don't have that number in front of me, but it's approximately $99,000 over a 2-year period.
Great. For the audience's benefit, this is a behavioral health, mental health office in Virginia in place of, we're looking at a facility right on Main Street in Virginia where Luma Chiropractic used to be.
Pleasure.
And no, what is it?
Pleasure.
Plesha, I always say Luma. Plesha Chiropractic is, and right on Main Street, and this will fund half of the position and provide some other things like office supplies and stuff. But it's a great service that'll be available to our tribal members in the Virginia Iron Range area for mental health, and we're really happy to have this. So good job, Doris, and working on this. Any questions for Doris?
First off, yes, I agree that it's a much needed service, especially for our band members and our band members in that area. My question would go specifically to Kim. It says that indirect cost allowed and it's checked off no. And with the total funding amount being $99,000, what would you have the indirect cost would have been? And if with that amount, then would the health department be able to absorb that cost, or does the tribe have to absorb that cost?
Your first question is, so I don't know how, was there a maximum on the grant, Doris? Was it like you could only apply for up to 100,000 or?
Yes, it was a maximum.
If,
Indirect cost wasn't allowed.
yep, and if indirect was allowed in it, you would be able to apply less for salaries, you know, so it roughly would have been that, but the indirect on this, you know, we have to use it for calculations. It doesn't go away. Someone has to pay it. Either the RTC has to pay it out of their general fund, or if the council directs, you know, you can have health pay it out of their third-party revenues. But that's for a later discussion. But that amount of indirect on 99,000 over 2 years is 22,176.
If indirect can be taken out, if this could be absorbed by the health, I'd rather have the health do it. Or if it has to be split, rather than have the tribe absorb the whole thing.
But this is just the grant application, and we can have set up a meeting to discuss that,
Yep.
you know, between now and if we get the grant.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Okay, no other questions. Can we have a motion to approve the 2023-24 Indian Health Grant application, resolution 51-2023?
Move.
Moved by Shane. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Travis. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, silent, motion carried. Okay, Doris, next.
Thank you. The next grant or the next resolution is for the Quest grant that was written to the Department of Labor. And we did have an introductory meeting with the federal grant manager. And so there's a form that was filled out. It's called SF 424 that requires the signature on there by Kathy. And so what this resolution will do, by the way, I should mention that when the grant was sent in, it did not require a resolution from the tribe. So what this grant will authorize Kathy then to sign the SF 424 and also to accept the funds from the Department of Labor, which is approximately $2.9 million. Vonda Carr will be the grant administrator, and she sat through grant orientation yesterday. And so this sounds like a huge project, and wishing Vonda good luck with the project, because it's not an easy grant to manage. A lot of reporting. Well,
Okay.
for the audience sake, I'll just kind of go over what the grant will do. It will allow the 477 program to hire identified staff that were lost or unable to be filled due to people not applying or maybe fear of COVID, reasons surrounding COVID. And so we will, Vonda will be organizing a partner committee that will meet and identify which those positions will be that they will focus on. And there's going to be up to 20 positions. The salary was based on an average wage of $15 an hour. However, the grant manager did state that, knowing that each tribe has their own policies, their own wage scales, that they would work with us individually to adjust those that pay scale according to what our pay scale is at the time. And so these positions will be hired from among people that are dislocated, and they will be employed for 2 years. And during that time, the supervisor of the department where they're positioned will have will work with them to get training, schooling, or whatever the case may be. So at the end of the 2 years, these people would be qualified to be employed in higher quality paying jobs. This is one of Biden's goals is to get people working in a higher quality job position.
That's very good, Doris. I want to congratulate you on this grant award, because 2.9 million, that's a lot of money. And I know you work hard on the grants, and I just want to say Miigwech to you for your hard work on this grant. And it actually enhances the start of the 477 program, and Vonda being the 477 director now, it'll also help us in our areas of need with employment for staffing. And so this is a great opportunity for people to have 2 years of employment and training and schooling to get better positions. And so this is really a great grant. And I just want to thank you, Doris, for your hard work, and it's very much appreciated.
Thank you.
Mhm.
So I'll just read part of the resolution.
Okay.
Whereas the band desires to submit an application for the DWG grant to fund a project that will assist band members who have been adversely affected by the COVID-19 pandemic to enter, return to, or advanced in high quality jobs. And whereas the RTC finds that the band's submission of a DWG grant application and acceptance of any award is in the best interest of the band and its members. Now therefore be it resolved that the RTC hereby approves the band's submission of a grant application for the Quality Jobs, Equity Strategy and Training, Disaster Recovery, National Dislocated Workers Grant, TEGL number 0222, and authorizes the tribal chairwoman, Kathy Chavers, to execute and submit said application and any other necessary documents in support of the application. Be it further and finally resolved that the RTC now authorizes the band's grant manager, Doris Isham, to accept any funds awarded under the Quest grant and submit any required documentation to support in response to a grant award. I present that resolution for your consideration.
Okay. Any other questions regarding the grant?
Yes, if you look at the page that has the indirect cost allowed, and nothing's been checked off, but it gives a rate of 0.2240% equal to $528,622.59. So I'm assuming that indirect is allowed?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to point that out. Thank you.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve resolution number 43-2024, the grant application submission for quality jobs, equity strategy and training, disaster recovery, national dislocated worker grant? That's a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll move.
Moved by Tara. Is there a second? Second by Robert. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, silent, motion carried. Great job. Good luck, Vonda. Good job.
Thank you.
Have a good day, ladies.
Thank you.
Oops. Jeez. Hang on, I lost my agenda. Okay. Okay, next we have Jill Schuchard with the Family Spirit Model Agreement. Good morning, Jill.
Good morning.
There you are. Oh, you're in the
Yeah.
mountains.
I am. Chilly here. I'm actually pouring concrete right now, but
Oh, okay.
yeah. So this is the Family Spirit Agreement. It was reviewed and approved. And this is the annual renewal of the agreement to work with John Hopkins to use the Family Spirit curriculum in how they intend it to be used, basically. And then we're updating the curriculum set. So this includes 2 sets of new curriculum and training for a health educator. So this is all, yep. So this is all grant funded out of the evidence-based home visiting grant, which ends in December. But the year of Family Spirit curriculum will then fall under the Strong Foundations grant, which hasn't been executed yet. We've been awarded it, but they haven't given us the paperwork to sign.
Okay,
And then this also, the Family Spirit agreement also covers my position, because I use the same curriculum.
okay. All right. Any questions for Jill? Okay, if no questions, do we have a motion to approve the Family Spirit Model Agreement?
Move.
Moved by Travis. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Tara. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Silent? Motion carried. Great job. Stay warm.
Thank
Keep
you.
up the good work. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, next we have Kathy Holman with the Progeny 10 Maintenance Agreement Renewal. Oh, okay. Then after that, we'll do Christine Lundamo with the vended meals contract. She's in the waiting room. Good morning, Kathy. Hey, we
morning,
can
everybody.
see you this morning.
Yeah, I figured it out. I went on my iPad instead of the, yeah.
Oh.
The IT couldn't get my computer to work either, so
Oh,
it's like,
okay. Well, welcome.
thank you. So what I have is the tribal data resources renewal agreement for the progeny system. And as we're speaking now, MCT is working on getting us back into the system. There's gonna be a double secure logins to be able to get into that system. So they're working on letting us back into the system now after the big breach that they had. So, but this is the renewal contract for that program.
Okay. Do we have any questions for Kathy? This is for the enrollment. Enrollment computer software.
Yes, thank you.
Do you know if there's been any kind of like breach from outside to enrollment?
I do not know that myself. That MCT out of Cass Lake is the overseer of the program along with the company, the Tribal Data Resources. And I don't know personally if there's actually been any breaches.
Okay.
In discussing with, I talked with Gary Frazier yesterday. Him and Joel Smith came up and they were ransomware at the MCT. And they did say that some of the information was back to 2007 that actually got breached, but they think it's pretty, they're kind of thinking that they really didn't get a lot. But they are having they're getting decrypted stuff to look at whatever, and they're trying to get that taken care of, so. Okay, with that, any other questions for Kathy? Do we have a motion to approve the Progeny 10 Maintenance Agreement Renewal in the amount of $2,204?
Move.
Moved by Travis, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Tara. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, silent, motion carried. Great job, Kathy. Good to
Thank
see
you.
you.
Yep, you guys have a great rest of your day.
Okay. Next, we have Christine Lundamo. Go back to Christine. Good morning, Christine. There you are. Hi. Oh, we can't hear you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I was running all over the place this morning trying to find the meeting.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh at you.
Anyway,
fine.
sorry for being late.
That's okay.
So I'm here to present the Child and Adult Care Food Program renewal contract for vended meals. These are for our Head Start and early Head Start kiddos.
Okay, and that's with the ISD 707 school, Net Lake School.
Yeah. And we have a contract with the school, but we also pay our cook over in Vermillion out of this
okay.
money as well.
Great.
So
Okay. Any questions for Christine? If not, I'll call for a motion to approve the 2022 CACFP renewal contract for vended meals.
Move.
Moved by Shane. Is there a second?
Second.
Oh, Robert Beecher, second by Robert. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, silent, motion carried.
Back down.
Thank you. Good job, Christine. Keep up the good work.
thank you. Have a good day, everybody.
Okay, next we have Pam Hughes. Oops, I'm trying to find Pam's stuff here with the contract agreement DHS SOR amendment. There you are, Pam. Trying to be techie here with my tablet.
Good morning.
Good morning, Pam.
So what's in front of you guys today is an amendment for our current DHS SOR program, which is the State Opioid Response Grant. This would have ended September 29th of 2022, but they did get approval, DHS did, from SAMHSA to do an extension. So the extension will go through June 30th, 2023. And then as in the budget, you'll see, you know, that this helps pay some of our staff wages, you know, that we used to pay out of our revenue, but now they're being paid out of this. It also pays for the mental health therapist and the therapeutic massage therapist, pays for, you know, the utilities and stuff for the Leander Roadhouse. So I think that's, you know, I mean, it explains in there what the money can be used for. We did have a site visit with Rose Boleen yesterday out at Leander Roadhouse for this grant amendment, and everything went good. And I know we're in that where we're still purchasing it, but we are going to have an inspection done on Friday from an inspector of the Leander Roadhouse, and then so hopefully we can finish everything off on that.
Okay, good. Any questions for Pam?
So the total request for year two is $348,014.58.
That's correct, Shane.
Okay.
So this total grant was $750,000, because when we were initially awarded this, it was for $1 million, but then DHS Vern LaPlante had communicated with us about Grand Portage not receiving any dollars. And so we did, what happened with that, we received the $750,000, and then Grand Portage received the $250,000. And so that's what the initial one was for. So this year two budget includes some of the money that was not spent out as of September 29th, 2022.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other questions for Pam on the grant or the contract agreement with DHS SOR amendment? If not, I'll call for a motion to approve that amendment for that agreement.
Move.
Moved by Shane. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Robert. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Silent? Motion carried. Good job, Pam. Keep up the great work.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Oops, doggone it. Okay. Next we have, hang on a minute, my voice is kind of getting froggy here. Darlene Johnson with resolution number 44-2023, authorizing FRF to fund costs for an IT engineer. Good morning, Darlene.
Darlene is not on today. I'm doing it for her.
Oh, hi, Darlene. Kim? No, just kidding. Good morning, Kim. Go ahead.
The resolution is to pay for an IT engineer out of the ARPA funds for the next 3 years. With all the funds that have come in the growth, and all the projects we're doing, and adding sites such as Virginia and the big NTI grant and the broadband coming on board, the IT department is stretched too thin. They need another person to get up and running through all these programs. So this is to support a lot of the stuff that's going on. Lots of new software programs coming into play, lots of new staff, lots of new programs, new sites.
And this will come out of the ARPA funding, correct?
Correct. That's why there's a resolution.
Well, Kim, you said ARPA funds, but which part of money from the ARPA funds?
Which one did we decide? Was this admin or was it revenue replacement? One of the two. We don't have to, we've met all the conditions, so everything we can do can be out of revenue replacement now.
Yeah, I think the resolution was revenue replacement, government services out of the FRF ARPA funds. Shane.
Okay, and what is the total amount? I think you said for 3 years. What's the total amount?
And that's with fringe benefits and everything. It's $395,710. And when we had our meeting on Monday on that spreadsheet, I had that amount already accounted for on our spreadsheet.
Okay, 395,000. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, I'll read the resolution, just part of it here. Whereas the United States Department of Treasury issued a final rule and supplementary information on January 27, 2022, and reporting and compliance guidance that further implement use of the FRF. And whereas the RTC desires to utilize FRF funds to pay the costs, salary/fringe benefits for 3 years for an IT engineer who will be responsible for managing and maintaining all components of the local area and wide area networks governing data communications and will assist with all broadband infrastructure as described in more detail. And we have a job description attached as Exhibit A. And whereas the RTC makes the following findings pursuant to the ARP Act and the final rule, each of which confirm that FRF may be used to fund the IT engineer position. One, the costs constitute government services within the meaning of the final rule, and two, the band will incur the costs between March 3rd, 2021 and December 3, 2024, or a later deadline established by the federal government. Whereas it's RTC's intent that the terms of this resolution are to be interpreted to give broad and reasonable effect to the ARP Act and the rule as further amended or interpreted by the federal government. Now therefore be it resolved that the RTC hereby authorizes use of the band's allocation of the Fiscal Recovery Fund, or FRF, to fund the cost for an IT engineer, salaries and fringe included of $395,710, and concludes that such expenditures satisfy the requirements of the Treasury Department's rules regarding eligible uses of the FRF. And be it further resolved that nothing in this resolution shall be construed to limit RTC's sole discretion to administer the FRF in the manner as it sees fit. Be it further and finally resolved that nothing stated herein may be construed as effectuating a waiver of the band's sovereign immunity from suit, and therefore any determinations made by the RTC or its designated or delegated authority in expending its allocation of the FRF in accordance with this resolution shall be final and not subject to review by any judicial or administrative body. That was a lot. I tried to go as fast as I could. But anyway, any questions for Kim?
Can you read that again, Kathy?
No. Do we have a motion to approve resolution 40-2023?
Move.
Moved by Shane,
Second.
second by Tara. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, silent, motion carried. Thanks, Kim. Good job. Tell Darlene, good job too. Okay, next we have Deanna Drift with two resolutions. Good morning. I gotta call you Dee Dee. I can't call you Deanna. I've always called you Dee Dee. Good morning, Dee Dee.
Good morning, everyone. So what I have first is the Peter and Nancy Calder lease cancellation. They sold their cabin to what our next item is a new recreational lease for Trevor Rentala. So I don't know how you want to handle that one at a time.
Yeah, we'll do one at a time.
Okay. So that's the Calder cancellation then.
Okay. Do we have a motion to approve resolution 45-2023 lease cancellation for Peter and Nancy Calder?
Move.
Moved by Travis. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Robert. All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Silent, motion carried. Sorry. Okay, next we have the resolution for, it's 46-2023 recreational lease for Trevor Rentala. Do we have a motion to approve?
Move.
Moved by Tara. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Robert. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Silent, motion carried.
Perfect. Thank you all.
Great. Thank you, Dee Dee. Keep up the good work there. Have a good day.
Thanks, you too.
Okay, next we have Pam Parson with her monthly update on the compliance program. Oops, geez. Good morning, Pam.
How is everyone today?
Good. How are you?
Very good.
Good.
So I'll give you an update on the compliance program and some of the things we've been working on. Kind of nice when we meet monthly because I don't have to go through a big, huge, long list. So I'm just going to update you on September. So some of the things I've been working on is focusing on training for 2023, wrapping up the training for 2022. I believe there's only one council member I have to catch to get the training completed. Otherwise, all the staff are doing really well with getting their training done. For 2023, we're making a few changes because we're going to add in the OSHA training, the fire prevention, and some of the safety training that needs to be done for all staff. So we're going to get that covered in 2023. I was able to get down to the HR department and get all of the training files filed. So when Tim comes on November 8th or 9th, we will be able to get that audit complete and hopefully do well there. The compliance committee did meet in September. We were able to review two compliance issues that were reported. Both were reported as patient complaints. We were able to resolve them, and I don't want to give any more information than that, than to say that, you know, they were resolved, and the compliance committee is doing very, very well with meeting and determining what we need to do next. They're making some amazing recommendations, which are very helpful to us, because when things happen, we really should be responding with an action plan to ensure the incidents don't happen again. So we'll be doing our rotation again in November, December. So we'll be rotating out two old members, bringing in 2 new members. And that's just so everybody can get an opportunity to participate. It also helps with buy-in for the staff to know what the compliance committee does. Let's see. Still working on the security risk assessment. So we talked about that last time. So I typically do an annual work plan that I work through. So I'm getting ready to complete that work plan and let everybody know kind of what the actions are and the results of the actions. And then we have completed our 2022 security risk assessment. I still have to go through that with Randy before we present that one to you. Let's see, what else do I have? Tim is going to be coming on. So this is Tim Peterson from Native American Healthcare Group. We were supposed to meet with you, I believe it was on October 11th. Well, anyway, we ended up having to cancel our last meeting. He's going to be coming down to do his regular scheduled audit, and he would like to ensure that we can get the RTC training done at that time. He does come from South Dakota, and he's looking at November 8th or 9th. So I'd really like the council to kind of put that in their calendar, write it in pen. We pay for him to come down, so we really want to get this done at that time. If we have him come down at a different time when it's not our audit time, we get charged for that. So, and he was really nice enough to, because we canceled the last time, it was only 2-day notice for him, but he was able to cancel all of his things that he had set up. So my hope is that you guys can, get that meeting in your schedules. I'm assuming it's only going to be a 4-hour meeting. I did email all of the RTC, and I also emailed Nikki to request that we can meet that day. Tim and I will be flexible as far as the time goes, but we want to ensure that we get a majority of the council, because that's one of the requirements for compliance, is that our health board is trained, and since you guys are acting as our health board, make sure you get the training.
Pammy, I see on our schedule the 9th looks open. So Nikki, can you schedule that on the 9th? Because those calendars fill up fast. So
Yep, and if we can do it right in the morning, that would be great.
Okay.
Sometimes it's fresher in the morning, it's better in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think another thing I'm focusing on is some of the auditing and monitoring, just to make sure that we're doing everything. So I'm getting auditing and monitoring plans for all of the different areas. So we'll be looking at, hopefully registration auditing to ensure that, all of the registration staff are getting everything that's needed to bill through the full process. So there's other things that we'll be doing there. So I will give you updates on that as they come.
Okay.
Did you guys have any questions?
No, you're doing a lot. It's nice to see, you're going to be doing more safety training. And then you're also looking forward to getting the audit, everything in order for the audit to come up. And then also I like the part about having the rotation of members on the compliance committee. I like the buy-in thing, because a lot of people don't understand, not don't understand, but just kind of don't think about compliance until something happens. So I really think this is a good way I like that rotation. That's a really good idea.
I also like to say, also, thank you for all the hard work that you've been putting into this, developing this program and getting our clinics, to be compliant, so that should the Office of the Inspector General ever come in and audit the clinics, hey, we're ready. We got things in place. We're ready, and we have nothing to worry about, and keep doing the good work that you're doing.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Any other comments or questions for Pammy? Pam?
I have one quick question.
Okay.
Go ahead, Tara.
Where will the training take place on the 9th? Is that up here for council? And then is it at the RTC building here?
Yes,
Okay, cool.
yes, it'll be
Thank you.
there. So. Mhm.
Any other comments or questions for Pam? Great job, Pam.
All right, thanks, you guys.
Thank you. Keep up the great work.
All right, you guys too.
We're trying. Have a good day.
All right, you too. Bye.
Okay, no other business. I guess we're ready to adjourn. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Does Miranda have anything? It just says other. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I don't have anything additional. Okay.
Move.
Moved by Shane. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Tara. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, silent, motion carried. Everybody stay safe. Flu season is coming. COVID's still around. There's a second booster out. Our clinics have them. And please be sure to get yourself vaccinated. If not, just be safe. It's good to see that things are kind of getting back to a different normal, but that's all right. But just be safe. Have a good day, everybody. Giga Wabaman.
You're welcome.